All right, man, let's talk about Chop Robinson, a guy who I think started off in Maryland. I'm guessing transferred to Penn State. Don't know why. Um, Penn State had outstanding defense. We knew that as Michigan fans, played in a really tough, gritty defensive game versus them last year. He only had 4 sacks last year, 5.5 the year before. I think he had like 10 tackles lost the year before. I think he was close to that this year, or it was the reverse, 10 this year. In Maryland, he was more of a linebacker. Ran, I think, a 4.48 at the combine. Arm length a little bit below where they wanted to, but a strong run defender. You know, so that always piques your interest. His ability to stop the run with that athleticism, you got to ask yourself, can you get him to be a great pass rusher? You know, he already stopped the run. He stops the run great. So, I mean, worst case scenario, he's, I'm not sure, where his pursuit is, but if you can get him to pursuit, I mean, you're going to be better against mobile quarterbacks with a guy like that, defensive line. The issue is the length, which with Aiden Hutchinson that's not a problem. That's the reason they went with Trayvon Walker and Jacksonville over him. But Aiden Hutchinson is great technique, great athlete, the best athlete on the defense, just position pound for pound. So technique, strength, power, speed. I mean, he's the total package. And if you can get Chop Robinson to develop as a pass rusher, and that's the if. Potential get you hurt, but at the end of the day, with that speed and that ability to stop the run, I mean, he's perfect to be on the front side or the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, I'm not giving nothing stopping the run. I'm not giving nothing away stopping the run. He should get better there. And in reality, he should be better at helping contain mobile quarterbacks. I mean, most people say sign me up. But, your old pass rushers went away. You check out Detroit Lions top playlist. Charles Harris, he didn't do much. Romeo walked away after the Achilles injury. Probably never was able to re-get that. So you start to ask yourself, if that guy starts to slide, you like, well, the sacks wasn't there, but one thing you see, the tackles for loss is there. And 2 of his 4 sacks came versus UMass. So you got to ask yourself, like, what's not working as far as the sack game? And, for the last 30 years, the Lions have been great at developing defensive, D-line pass rushers. Whoever the defensive line guy, well, maybe guys like Sammy Hill, Andrew Filloin, George Johnson from a year from Tampa, Luther Ellis, Robert Porcher, even Jared Reeves, what was his name, had a run here. Willie Young had a great run year when he was here, a 6th-round draft pick. I mean, you can go on and on. Charles Rogers, it's just been Cliff Averill, Ziggy Ansah before he got injured. I mean, there's just been a plethora of guys that's been able to come in here and plug in as pass rushers. And they've been able to do really, really great across that defensive line. Nick Fairley when he was healthy. So that's one of the benefits of coming to Detroit. You're going to be a better pass rusher. And I think when you got a guy that has that ability where you can be like, well, he's just, fast and that's it. We have to develop. Well, he can stop the run. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he can get back there and get tackles for loss. It's just that, can we figure out a way to develop him as a pass rusher? Whether it's his moves or angles or, understanding leverage and all that stuff. And, you got the kid from Missouri, also, who was a Lions fan, big, strong kid on the front side. So you got to start adding it up. But one thing, you can't say, well, we need speed and then turn around and be, and pass up on a great player. If a player is better, he better. We figure out the speed shit at the end. The kid from Missouri, whoever else. But at the end of the day, if you feel like you can help the kid develop as a pass rusher, the sky could be the limit. This guy could be a limit. It ain't like he can't do nothing. He's just a great athlete. He can't cover. He can't rush. He can't stop the run. You know, he was part of a really good, great defense at Penn State who did a great job at being disciplined and having gap integrity and all that stuff. So they was really, really great this year. You know, offensively, they just, you know, couldn't do shit with Michigan defense. And, you know, Michigan just, you know, one of those football teams that wear you down. Grind. That football will always be successful. If I can stop the run the ball, stop the run, get after the passer, that's the remedy. So, yeah, I was looking. I'm like, man, you know, if you could develop that guy as far as pass rushing skills, that might take some time. But if I could put him out there and he could stop the run and situational pass rush, I could put James Houston in. That might be something to look at. You know, you get a guy that's instantly becomes the most athletic guy, position for position, just pound for pound per position. He instantly your most athletic guy. But how teachable is he as far as, you know, the swims, the rips, the bulls, the counter moves? Can we get him to understand where he's lacking it? And that arm length is huge for a lot of them. You know, that's why I like Brian Burns so much. He was a really good athlete, 4'5" guy, the bend, but that extra couple inches, no pause, no diddy, that could be the difference between bringing the quarterback down. But what he lacks in that extra length is what he make up in athletic ability and explosion. That's why he has those many tackles for losses. So he already know what it takes to be a part of a good defense. So, like I said, he can stop the run. You automatically gonna get better at stopping mobile quarterbacks. So, you know, in my humble opinion, that, you know, hey, if he there at 29, which I don't think he will be, just based off the 40 time and just the pure athleticism and his ability to stop the run, I think the Lions is a good place for him to develop. You know, historically they've developed. You know, Charles Harris had his best year as a pro with the Lions. You know, Romeo Cora before the Achilles had in the regime change, had one of his best years. What, as a Lion, used to be a Giant. So yeah, I mean, you know, there's a plethora of guys down there. Tron from Washington, is that his brother that play over there with Tampa? Beast. You got the Washington tackles too. That's to look out for. Two really great offensive tackles at Washington. Don't be surprised if the Lions don't pull the trigger on one of those in the first 2 rounds. You got a lot of good talent hanging around there. Don't forget, you always got teams that's cap strapped, that's looking to get out the first round and looking to do something in the future too. So they got a lot of options down there. Chop, Worthy may be down there. Brian Thomas might be down there. The kid from Missouri might be down there. The kid from Florida might slide down there, who started off at the smaller college, defensive end. He seemed to be a good Lion fit. The kid from the cornerback from Iowa State kind of seemed to be a good Lions fit who could slide to second, first. Like I said, I see the Lions kind of creeping back up in that second, you know, getting the first round talent like they did last year with, you know, with Brian Burns. I think at the end of that first round, beginning of that second, is going to be some talent. It's going to be some talent. A kid from Iowa State, one of the Washington tackles may slide. You know, so it's Xavier Legette could slide to the second round. I mean, you know, a kid from Iowa State, the cornerback, a lot of people like him a lot. So Kool-Aid McKisson could slide because of the foot. So it's going to get interesting. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. I appreciate the love and support. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.